The NFL regular season is wrapping up, but there's still time to get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. The app is so easy to use, and there are so many different ways to bet, like live same-game parlays, find bets in the new Explore tab, make a parlay in the Parlay Hub, the best way to find popular parlays, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/stream and make your first bet a layup. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. Must be 21 plus and present in Virginia. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Stand by for an urgent bulletin.
Showtime. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready? Ready.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
Cleveland has no hitters. A bunch of punch and Judy hitters is what we call them in our day. You punch and then you run like Judy.
I say Wimby, Wombly, Wambly.
Jeff Lutz.
Yeah, so we're sexist now. That's cool.
We like it.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
It's awesome, baby.
Welcome back. It is hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH. Good first hour. The Kinnaman brothers, coaches, Clint and Kurt, and then Aubrey Sherrod sharing his insight. You can always go back and listen to our show on the Odyssey app or at kfhradio.com. We certainly would advise that.
Sure.
Or you can
listen live
you
would be
can not
even
listen
better.
live and get home at night, as I'm told thousands do.
You think?
And listen to the show from start to finish.
Someone told you that, huh?
Yeah, Max.
A person you trust.
Max raves about our listenership online.
I don't know if it gets into the quadruple digits, but maybe it does.
Well, listen, I trust Max. 869-1240, if you want to give us a call, this is the time to do so. We've sort of eliminated calls from the first segment because I'm usually full of energy and ready to go. And I think what I want to give the listeners is as much me as possible in that first segment.
That's too bad.
Well, I mean, you break in, too. You do a nice job.
Max, I'll start taking the calls. You just let me know.
What do you think of that, though? What do you think of if we're going, if we're rolling in that first segment?
Used to be a guy who someone calls, they're on immediately. So I'm just interested in this shift.
What do you think made that shift?
Not sure. The fact that we don't get as many calls?
Well, right now, Jive Talk is built for callers. So if you got something to share, if you have any response to the interviews we did in hour number 1, the talk of the Shockers, the college football national championship game, Jeff and I have a bit of a dispute in what Kansas and Kansas State are capable of doing in next year's college football season. If you didn't hear the KU schedule, it's a bunch of I don't want to listen. The Big 12 is going to be tough.
They're not
just
facing
show
the
up
cream
and
of the
win.
crop in the Big 12.
But they'll be favored in all of those games.
Probably.
Well, then they go to the college football playoff. I'm not going to say they're going to run the table because that would be irresponsible.
But it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
But it's certainly not irresponsible to say they could win the Big 12.
No, absolutely
next
not.
year.
I don't think it would have been regardless, just like it wouldn't be for K-State. I think K-State could win the Big 12.
When's the last time we had these kinds of discussions in football for our local teams? K-State, yeah, some, but not consistently, certainly, for a while. KU,
Pretty much never.
man, I got to go back to the Mangino years.
And that was
And
really
even then,
only
it
one
was a
year.
little bit of a reach. You got to, I don't know when you can, I don't know that we've ever talked about KU potentially being a Big 12 football champion.
Why do you think that happens? I get that, but I get Lance Leipold's probably a really good coach. But what do you think he is able to say
There are special people.
to recruits that say we've not won a game that matters in years?
I'm just going to give it to you.
No, but what do you? But let's.
Let me talk.
I get that he is special.
Give me a chance.
I'm asking what makes him special.
I'll tell you. Do you want to just sit back and listen?
No, because you're going to come up with something that's very scratch the surface thing.
Here's what I'm going to come up with. First of all, he's a special coach. Okay.
No, yeah, of course.
Secondly, he's got something behind him now. He's got a multi-million-dollar campaign that's going into football facilities.
Understood.
Which is big. They've got NIL, which is big. They've got a very good staff. They've got an athletic director who has gotten completely behind trying to make football viable.
So how
Not that the others didn't, but you're not completely behind it when you're hiring Turner Gill, Charlie Weiss,
Les Miles.
Les Miles. You're just kind of you're trying to win over people. You're not really serious about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This was a serious hire.
I bet they thought Les Miles was a serious hire. Guy who'd won a national championship.
No, I'm going to tell you right now.
I bet they thought Charlie Weiss was a relatively serious hire.
I was at the
Guy
news
who'd coached
conference.
at Notre Dame.
I was at the news conference for Charlie Weiss. We all knew that was a PR move. I'm just going to say it.
Fair. But you still have to go into it, or do you not have to? Does it not matter for a guy to go into a living room and convince a recruit to come to your
Lance Leipold can convince.
Yeah, but that
But
takes a lot of convincing.
He's got ammunition now to sell. You understand what I'm saying?
But he didn't 2 years ago when all these guys.
No, but he knows what he's doing. First of all, you got to get those one or two special players, and he got one in Jalen Daniels. And then
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, and then you start to build around them, and you do it the right way.
I get how it all works.
Well, I'm explaining this to you. If you'll listen without interrupting me.
I don't need the process. I need to know why he's so good at the process.
Well, I'm going to get Lance Leipold on the show.
I want to ask
and
him.
you can ask him.
I will.
And you know what he'll do? He'll sell you.
Well, we have a great staff. And...
No, he'll sell you.
But I want to know really. Maybe we should get his wife on or somebody else.
I don't know why you're picking on Lance Leipold.
Picking on him?
All of a sudden.
That's what you're getting from this?
Kinda.
What criticism do you think I've had of Lance Leipold?
I didn't say criticism.
Okay, but
just
picking on, what's the difference?
Just picking. Just picking at him.
Not picking at him. I want to understand better. Because 4 guys failed miserably. It's not like they went winless and here comes a guy getting 4 or 5 wins.
Who was the other coach?
The guy who was
Flip Bowen was an interim coach. Great, fantastic coach. Turner Gill, Charlie Weiss.
And then there was the guy in between before.
Oh, yeah. What was that guy's name from Texas? You talk about nondescript. Gosh darn it.
I'm going to tell you what his name is here in a minute. His name, of course, was David Beatty.
Yeah, David Beatty.
He only went 6-42.
I loved him on their weekly show. What was that? What's that called?
Hawk Talk.
Oh, he was fun.
Man, I wish I wouldn't have given you his record. What do you think Turner Gill's record was?
Turner Gill, how many years?
He was 2010 and 11.
10 and 11, 2 years.
Yeah.
4 and 20.
It's 5 and 19, pretty close. Charlie Weiss in 3 years. I think he might have gotten fired at near the end. Final
6 and 20.
4 games into the 2014
6
season.
and 28.
5 and 22. What was Les Miles?
Not good.
3 and 18. So us is, and then Lance Leipold's 15 and 19 is going to be above 500 after next year, most likely.
Yeah, it took him a while. He didn't just come in and light the world on fire.
That didn't take him that long.
But he built it. He built it.
Well, he built it from nothing.
But that's what you do when you build. Have you ever go watch a house go up?
You think Mark Turgeon built Wichita State basketball from nothing?
Yes.
No, Randy Smithson left him a little.
A little.
There was a little there.
There was a little there. Little. Not a lot.
Gene Stevenson built Wichita State baseball from literally nothing.
Right.
It doesn't. Bill Snyder, literally nothing. Well, not literally, but
well, Lance
basically
Leipold is in that. I'm not saying he's going to be Bill Snyder because I don't think we'll ever see another Bill Snyder. But you can draw some comparisons.
I bet if he stays 25 years, he'll be compared.
We'll see. We'll see what those 25 years look like.
We sure will.
But I'm telling you right now, he's sitting at his desk somewhere looking at that schedule next year and saying, man, this is our year. This is our year to do it. Forget being ranked. Forget being eligible for a bowl game. This is the year we got a shot to go to the playoff. I'm going to tell you right now.
They got to win a lot. KU,
they can win a lot.
I know, but
they don't play Arizona, Utah, or Oklahoma State.
But KU's not getting the benefit of the doubt if they lose to Kansas State and Iowa
There's
State.
a little
Even 2 losses, they're not going.
Right. I get it. But they don't have to play the 3 teams that are picked to be the top 3.
I get it.
In the Big 12 next year.
For now.
Do you understand that? There's still some transfer portal things to be worked out. Things could change.
They always
as we
do.
sit here right now, not having to play Arizona and Utah, pretty big. And getting Arizona State and Colorado instead.
Yeah, that works. That's why I put Scott Drew in that conversation, and you laugh at me. But he built
Scott Drew belongs
Baylor.
I can't scoff at Scott Drew.
But when I compared him to Bill Snyder, you laughed at
I don't
me.
think he's Bill Snyder.
He's equal, if not better.
I don't think he's equal or
because
certainly
he won a
not
national
better.
title.
Scott Drew has done a fantastic job at Baylor. I don't think you compare basketball to football.
But look what he
it's
took
so
over.
much harder in football. So much harder than it is in basketball.
I don't know.
Completely.
I think it's equally
One or
hard.
2 players can get you on the basketball. Are you kidding me?
Okay, you got to win 6 games at the end of the year in a row.
1 or 2 players turn into 3 or 4.
Football, how many you got to win?
Football,
1.
you got to have 10 players. You got to have a line. You got basketball. You get a couple guys who can score and dribble, and you're good.
Wrong.
I mean, I'm not trying to oversimplify
But he
but
took
it's
it from
much,
nothing.
It's much harder to build from the ground up a football program.
I doubt it. I think you're just speaking.
Oh my God!
You know
I will
why?
Get any coach in the world on here, and they'll explain it to you.
Because football has more players.
Much more complex. You got 22 starters in football.
Yeah, but you have dozens and dozens of options.
You have 65 scholarships.
You have thousands, hundreds
My
of thousands
God,
of
it's not even
high school
close.
players.
Sometimes you embarrass yourself here.
No,
and I feel bad for when that
the
happens.
percentage is the same. You still have to find a certain percentage of the guys out there.
Here's KU Pat, just in time.
Hopefully.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, you're talking about my favorite subject, KU football. A couple of corrections. Believe it or not, Jalen Daniels and Kobe Bryant were not recruited by Lance Leipold. They were recruited by Les Miles. And
Well, I wasn't getting into who recruited them. I was getting into they showed up on Lance Leipold's team. I wasn't trying to indicate that I thought he recruited those players, but he certainly benefited from those players.
And unfortunately, Lance Leipold will not be around 25 years because he's about to turn 60. I wish he was 50.
Joe Paterno.
Yeah, well, maybe. And as far as the KU schedule for next year, KU had the toughest schedule this year. They're the only Big 12 team that had both Oklahoma and Texas. K-State's schedule was much easier. So whether or not KU will be favored in every game next year, I don't know about that. What I do know is Duda will not learn, and he will continue to bet against KU, even if KU is favored in every game next year. So,
well, haven't we established that Duda's a few bulbs short of a light switch? That didn't go where I wanted it to. But
Don't you only need one for that?
well, as I said,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, as I said a year ago, he got hit in the head way too many times with the puck. I love Duda, but he never learned. So anyway, I wish KU football started next year, and you're right. The mystery where KU's going to play their games still hasn't been decided. I don't know how you can play in half a stadium. So I hope they play all the games in Arrowhead.
Well, we'll see. That makes the most sense. I think they're going to have a special season. At least that's my thought right now. We'll see how the next month or so transpire. Thanks, Pat.
Thanks.
All right. There's a little KU football for you the day after the national championship game. And talking about KU in those realms hasn't happened.
Never.
And we're not saying they're going to win a national championship. What I'm saying is they have a legitimate look at winning the Big 12 next year. That's what I'm saying. I'm standing by it.
That's the benefit of a super conference. So you don't have to play the super teams all the time.
We have a game coming up. We're going to take a break right now. What is the game?
The game is, I'll tell you when we're playing it.
Well, I hope it's not outlandish.
It's not. It's fun, sort of.
I hope I can compete.
I hope you can, too. It's touch and go right now.
We will be back. The Bob and Jeff Show on KFH.
The NFL regular season is wrapping up, but there's still time to get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. The app is so easy to use, and there are so many different ways to bet, like live same-game parlays, find bets in the new Explore tab, make a parlay in the Parlay Hub, the best way to find popular parlays, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/stream and make your first bet a layup. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. Must be 21 plus and present in Virginia. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
KFA.
Time to play the game!
Time to play the game here on KFH. What do we have?
Okay, I asked AI to provide
Allen
me...
Iverson?
Yeah. I asked artificial intelligence, chat.openai.com,
Nobody cares. Why would you do
to
that?
give me 10 or fewer word descriptions of the greatest bands of the 1970s. I'm going to read those descriptions. You are going to tell me what band they are describing.
Of the 70s?
Yes.
Go for
These
it.
are all 70s bands. First up, epic rock anthems, powerhouse vocals, iconic guitar riffs, cultural impact.
Queen.
That's a good guess. That's a really good guess, but that is incorrect. Iconic guitar.
Led Zeppelin.
There you go.
Well, that could describe...
Yeah, but I think some of these are, a lot of these will lead you there.
Well, that's exactly how I would describe Queen.
Well, maybe Queen has a better description. We'll see. Progressive rock pioneers, concept albums, atmospheric soundscapes, transcendent themes.
Pink Floyd.
That is correct.
Good grief. I am so good at this. It's crazy.
1 for 2.
No, 2 for 2. That could have been either one. I'm counting that.
All right. You can count it. The game doesn't have to. Blues-infused rock, enduring charisma, timeless hits, iconic longevity.
Leonard Skinner.
Longevity. I'll read it again.
Santana.
Blues-infused rock, enduring charisma.
Aerosmith.
Who do you think of when you think of charisma?
Aerosmith.
Timeless hits, iconic longevity.
Aerosmith. That's Aerosmith. Who is it?
Who's out there that's like they've been going absolutely forever, and I don't even see them slowing down?
Rolling Stone.
There you go.
They're a 60s band, first of all. So I'm not even thinking 70s.
Yeah, well, they were very active in the
So
70s.
your AI that we all fear is going to take over the world needs to get their records straight. But that could have been Aerosmith.
No.
Well, what do you mean? No, really.
Timeless hits?
Yes. Yes, Aerosmith.
Enduring charisma?
Yes. Is there more? Steven Tyler is one of the most charismatic performers.
He's no Mick Jagger. Woo!
Please.
Woo! Theatrical rock?
Queen.
Operatic anthems?
Styx.
Powerful vocals?
Styx.
Diverse style?
Styx.
Final answer, please.
Styx.
No.
Queen.
Queen, yes.
Again, interchangeable.
Operatic anthems?
Yes.
What does Styx have that's an operatic
Max,
anthem?
help me out.
He doesn't. There's none. There
First
is
of all,
none.
Bob, you're
Could've been
doing really
that.
good at this. And the Stones are
Thank
60s.
you.
The closest thing, Mr. Roboto, I would think, would be the most operatic.
I wouldn't call that operatic.
They have a
but-
few operatic.
A few minus a few.
Well, hold on now.
No, I got it the next one. You're going to have to just deal with it.
No.
Oh, come on.
No. Mr. Roboto.
It's not operatic.
Come Sail Away has some opera.
No, it doesn't. It's a nice song, but I wouldn't call it
The
operatic.
Best of Times. I mean, good grief. Lady.
Harmonious rock, interpersonal drama, timeless hits, versatile music style.
Eagles.
Interpersonal drama.
Fleetwood Mac.
There you go.
I mean, it could have been the Eagles.
Could have.
They're the same. You're an idiot AI.
But interpersonal, I feel like, is more.
Did you watch the documentary?
I know the Eagles had drama between persons.
Right.
But are you thinking about the romantic element of it for Fleetwood Mac?
I'm not thinking about it.
I am. And so is AI. So we win. Country rock legends, intricate harmonies, timeless classics, smooth sound.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Country rock
They
legends,
did a lot of country.
intricate
I mean,
harmonies,
I could.
timeless classics, smooth sound.
Well, I don't. The Eagles.
There you go.
I'm
But it could
surprised.
have been Crosby, Stills.
Nah.
I'm surprised
What,
AI
Max?
didn't have. I'm surprised AI didn't have Jeff seen them 500 times in concert.
Exactly.
It should have. Catchy pop, infectious harmonies, global disco sensation,
The Bee Gees.
enduring cultural
Bee Gees.
influence.
The Bee Gees.
No. Catchy pop, infectious harmonies, global disco sensation, enduring cultural
The
influence.
Commodores.
Come on.
Who? Give me a hint. Other than AI.
AI gives you several hits.
Hints.
They had a movie made about them. Mamma Mia.
ABBA.
Yeah.
Could have been. That very easily could have been the Bee Gees.
No.
You're describing several bands. You act like these descriptions are just right on target.
They are. They're perfect.
They describe the band to a T, and there's
You
no
ready?
other band that could fit under that.
You ready?
Stupid. This is. I'm calling AI stupid.
Heavy metal pioneers. Dark, ominous sound.
Metallica.
Lead singer, 70s. Lead singer's distinctive vocals. Dark, ominous sound.
Ozzy Osbourne's band.
What is that called?
What was that called?
What was that called?
Help me out.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah. Am I right?
Yes. I wouldn't have said it if you weren't right. Disco Kings.
Bee Gees.
Falsetto
Bee Gees.
vocals.
Bee Gees.
Iconic soundtrack.
Bee Gees.
Chart-topping hits.
Bee Gees.
Correct. Wait till the end of the question, please.
No, I'm not doing that. If I can get it on the first clue, that makes me look better.
Powerful rock operas. There's that word again. Explosive live performances. Rebellious attitude. Iconic anthems. So easy. I mean, could this be any easier?
Have we already said Queen?
Yes.
Yeah, it's easy for you. You're looking right at it.
No, this is easy.
AC/DC.
Come on.
Who?
Explosive live performances. Who's the band that's the loudest? Talking about my generation.
Oh, The Who.
Yeah, duh.
Again, 60s.
Close enough.
No, these are not. I don't even have The Who in my brain when you're talking about 70s bands. Sure, did they make it to the 70s and still
Beyond, yeah.
But they're a 60s.
They made
band.
it to the 2020s. Hard rock legends, thunderous riffs, electrifying guitar, enduring sound.
AC/DC.
Correct.
Which is a terrible description of AC/DC.
Psychedelic rock, poetic lyrics, organ-driven sound, cultural impact.
Organ-driven sound.
Yeah.
The Zombies.
These are good bands. Well, this one
If
isn't.
you ever say the Zombies aren't Pink Floyd.
You said Pink Floyd.
Yeah, but
psychedelic rock.
The Beatles.
Oh, my good. This is an American band.
Give me a hint. First letter of the band's name.
D.
D?
The
Doors?
D, yes.
I guess they had some organ music. But again, they go back to the 60s. So you didn't really present this. You should have said
60s and 70s.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever. But that wasn't the prompt. Arena rock pioneers, melodic guitar solos, chart-topping debut album.
Boy, that's a good one. Chart-topping Boston.
Yes. Southern rock,
Leonard Skinner.
iconic triple guitar attack.
Leonard Skinner.
Anthems like
Leonard Skinner.
Yes. Heavy metal pioneers, virtuosic instrumentation,
ELO.
iconic hit.
Don't know what that is. What?
Really?
That was. Oh, Smoke on the Mountain.
Smoke on the Water.
Smoke on the Water.
Yeah. Who sings that?
A fire in the sky. Gosh, I'm having trouble coming up with the band's name. It's a 4-word. What? Who is it?
There's a color in it.
Right.
And
Yeah, I know that.
And the opposite of shallow.
Deep Purple.
There you go. Hard rock.
By the way, I listened to that song 50 million times when it came out. I absolutely loved Smoke on the Water.
Okay.
Max, as we go to break, cue that up because I want to hear it again. What's your last one?
Last one. I've got
Yeah.
5 more.
You got 5 more?
Yeah.
This has to be making
Hard rock, bluesy swagger, dynamic vocals, enduring hits.
everybody is described
Well,
the same way.
Bluesy swagger.
Bluesy swagger. I have no idea what a bluesy swagger looks like.
You might have some blues in there, a little harmonica maybe. You might have some harder rock. You might have
Give me a hint.
You might have some ballads.
Who'd you say, Max?
I think ZZ.
Who did he say?
Who?
No, that's close. It's Aerosmith.
Bluesy?
Yeah, blue. Of course, Aerosmith bluesy.
Sometimes.
You ever heard the song "Crying"?
Yeah, that's our one bluesy song.
No, there's a lot of them. Funk,
One more. I'm tired.
funk, R&B, vibrant horn section. I'll even give you the guy's name. Maurice White's Visionary Leadership.
Oh, man, I wish I knew that one. The Commodores.
Come on, you know that's Lionel Richie.
Who?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I love them.
You got to get one before we.
I love Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Punk rock trailblazers, raw energy, short, fast,
The
loud
Sex
anthem.
Pistols.
No, the Ramones. Punk rock icons.
The Sex Pistols.
Politically charged lyrics, genre blending
The
experimentation.
Sex Pistols.
A Clash. Listen to this one. Listen to this one. You can get this one. Jazz influenced rock, intricate arrangements.
Steely Dan. Someone was on hold, but
Skinnerd.
Oh, it's Skinnerd. How about that? Skinnerd, hello.
Good afternoon. Got a little trivia question for you, Bob. Not putting you on the spot, just saying, scratching your nugget. The last Final Four team for Ted Owens and crew was 73-74. I give you 1 point for each starter you can name, and 2 points for the 2 super subs that came off the bench. If you can get 5 points total.
I won't get a lot of these. Dave Robish.
Well, I'm not. It's just trivia. Go for it.
Dave Robish.
He was on
Bud's-
the 71 team.
Okay.
73-74.
I don't like this stuff. I don't.
You just worked your brain pretty hard earlier.
I did. I just did work my brain very hard.
I'm not trying
I
to
don't,
make fun of you. Oh boy,
no, you're
when
not
you
trying,
guys
but
have a contest,
that becomes a
And then,
result of it.
And then well, hey, I'm losing it every day. It's called life. But then the last time Dr. Earl called in, boy, I didn't think you gave him any respect.
Well, he didn't give us much respect. Calling
Well,
out my
do
son
I
on a
ever?
traffic
I just like to have a little fun.
We know
Okay,
you're
then.
joking. Okay.
No, I'm serious. When I'm gonna
who's the
sign
big
off
guy?
here.
There's nobody.
They had a big
I'll
guy.
sign
Norm
off
Cook.
with you, Jeff. No, you guys. Then you had all the time in the world to look it up.
Norm
Here
Cook.
you go, Jeff. Supposedly, that's a one-pointer. He was a starter. One of them still
No.
lives. 2 of them still live up in Lawrence.
I
One
think
was a starter. One was a super sub.
Roger Morningstar.
That's yep. You got 2 points.
There's only one other guy who has a Wikipedia
Tom
page.
Cavisto.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep. But I know you guys.
Danny,
are
that was
ahead.
after Danny Knight, so I'll say. Oh man, no, Danny Knight.
Yes, Danny
Yeah.
Knight is correct. He was a starter.
That's about all I got.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'll give you 3, and I'll just give you a 2-point bonus. Okay, Jeff. Here
Thank
you
you.
go. I'm signing off. When you bring up
Okay.
your AI crap, you live in Western Sedgwick County, right?
I'm not going to
A
tell
lot
you
of
that.
farmers, dairy farmers, and cattlemen think AI is artificial insemination. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay.
Thanks, Skinnerd.
Why was that to me?
Rick Suttle, Tommy Smith, Nino Samuel. Now I'm looking at Donnie Von Moore. How'd that team get to a Final Four?
Don't know.
That's a remarkable coaching job by Ted Owens.
You're not high on those players?
They were 23-7, 13-1 in the Big Eight. That's not a star-studded cast. I got to look up the numbers for that team. That was a pretty good question. The 71 Final Four team was a star-studded cast. This team had 5 players averaging double figures. No one more than 12.4. That was Danny Knight from
Olathe.
Hutchinson. Roger Morningstar, 12.3. Dale Greenlee, 11.8. Norm Cook, 11.4. Rick Suttle, 11.3. And then off the bench, Nino Samuel, 4.4. Dave Tainer, 5.3 points. Tommy Smith, 6.1. And Tom Cavisto, 7.6 points per game. Leading rebounder was Danny Knight, 7.1 rebounds per game. On that team, Danny Knight and Nino Samuel, two of the defining players, high school players of the era. Danny Knight, as said, from Hutchinson. Nino Samuel from
Leavenworth.
Salinas Central. Couldn't be less educated about history.
I guess not.
Well, that's what I bring.
We're happy for you.
But yeah, that's interesting to think back on that KU team of 1973-74, the year after I graduated from high school.
That's right, 50 years ago.
And they were celebrated in Allen Fieldhouse over the weekend.
They were.
Good stuff. Ted Owens was even there.
He was 94.
94 years old, I believe. I think you're right, which is outstanding. So thanks,
pretty amazing.
Skinner made a good contribution today, even though it made me look a little silly.
He did, but, man.
Well, I still got 4 of them.
Skinner never talks to me. I mean,
What do you mean?
He addressed me, but he doesn't like. There's no.
Does he call when you host the show?
No. I'm not saying he doesn't acknowledge me or, but he never there's no back and forth. I'd like to talk. I'd like to have a conversation with Skinner.
It's hard to have a conversation with Skinner.
I know. I've tried.
I'm not putting him down about that. I'm just saying it's not easy. Skinner has an agenda. He recognizes he has a limited amount of time, which not all callers do. And that's kind of how it works. It would be fun. I'm one who likes to delve into the person. I don't think that's even I don't know that that's a possibility with Skinner.
It's not even. No. But it would be fun to know him.
So if somebody said, Bob, I want you to go do a feature story on Skinner, I'd say, man, this is going to be the toughest assignment of my life.
But you could start.
So the editor says, I want to know everything about him. I want to know what makes him tick. I want to know what's the highs and lows.
I want to know his name.
Right.
I think I know his name.
But I would say to that editor, man, you've given me the challenge of my life. I'll work on it. I'll try to make it happen for you.
Might as well. There's people around town who've bumped into him that you could find and network.
That grew up with Skinner.
Maybe. It would probably have to trace it back. Probably have to start it toward the end and work your way back.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. He's an interesting guy.
Very much so.
All right, what else do you have today? What was on your mind when you walked down here for the show today? What did you think? I got to get to this.
Nothing really. I haven't had a lot of time to even delve into much. Weather at the station has been a huge priority. Had to reschedule my podcast with Jack Oliver until Friday. Put the one up with Jamel Hollaparrott.
We can find those on Roku,
the KWCH app.
KWCH app.
You go to the originals tab.
I was told I'm out of touch. I don't have Roku.
You do not.
So people who are upset about not having Peacock, I've kind of changed my tune on that. I'm kind of more in their in their realm. I understand why you're upset about it. I get it. Not everybody wants to get these streaming services. Nobody certainly wants to feel like they're being held at gunpoint. Either you get this or you can't watch. Nobody likes that.
It's just a change. That's all it is.
Yeah, but nobody likes it.
If games back
we
back
grew
in the
up
day,
watching games on the network.
Right, and then that changed, didn't it? Now you might have to have Fox Sports or a regional station or ESPN. Not everyone has ESPN, believe it or not.
Not everyone, but more have it
evolves
than Peacock.
and grows. And in 20 years, saying a game is on Peacock will be all right. Cool. Well, you guys want to come over and watch? It'll be nothing.
But let's ease into this.
That's what we're doing. One game,
especially where we live, in the footprint of the Chiefs. I kind of get it. I'm not against technology and advancement, but I kind of get it.
I get it on some level.
And my choice is Peacock for the game I want to watch.
You know what I'll do? I'll turn on Peacock and watch it.
You know what you are? A snob.
A little bit.
Yeah, a big snob.
But there are people, I'll watch it illegally, and I'll
That's a
I'll
big snob
download
thing.
this app, and I'll see
That's
this
a
on.
big snob thing to say.
But at least I'm watching it legally.
We will be here tomorrow. Our guests will include C.J. Moore of The Athletic as we talk college basketball. On Thursday, Jeff Calkins, longtime Memphis journalist. We'll get into some of the Memphis Tigers banter with him. So we look forward to it. See you tomorrow.
The NFL regular season is wrapping up, but there's still time to get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. The app is so easy to use, and there are so many different ways to bet, like live same-game parlays, find bets in the new Explore tab, make a parlay in the Parlay Hub, the best way to find popular parlays, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/stream and make your first bet a layup. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. Must be 21 plus and present in Virginia. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.